Hey everybody, I thought that that was the last game, and I don't know why. Um, yeah, that could have something to do with being online play and me getting to a long time sitting down. So, I'm going to go ahead and submit that deck and see how it goes. It's round 3. I guess I'll play first. I can't even remember if this is game 2 or game 3, guys. So play along with me and be surprised. This one's good. I've got all my mana. I've got something to do on turn 2. I've got a hand refiller, so I'll keep it. There we go. Yeah, there really is an amazing difference between me playing online and me playing in person. I also found out that when I start writing down my opponent's cards and treating it like it's a serious tournament, I tend to do a lot better than if I'm just sitting down. So I'm trying to play all of my games as though they were really competitive, even if it's just a casual game, just to get myself into that constant mindset. Okay, so he's got a Hate Blade, which is a little annoying. That guy got some damage in last time. I'll play a Jeskai Student, and I might just block it, depending on what kind of draws I get. Alright, so I've got all the mana I need except for a second white source to get my rock. Shouldn't say I've got all the mana I need. I do have my Lank that I'd like to see. Again, I haven't drawn him in quite some time. Hey, I've got a Morph! Who would have thought? Okay, well he's got a Death Touch guy. I don't have any instants that'll be able to trigger this up to be able to kill it, so that might end up blocking the Hate Blade, and this may end up blocking the Death Toucher. So I'll cast this guy face down and just hope to trade off. Because as long as I can weather that early game against him, I bet that my overall cards are stronger. And he doesn't have black mana, so we're good there. And if he just wants to sit around and wait for those cards to get better, I am also okay with that. I'm looking at the amount of time we have, and we've both got a fair amount of time left, so my guess is that that was actually the first game. Okay, so he has decided that his creatures are better just sitting there. I need 5 mana for that to do something. It looks like this is the time to get a Bitter Revelation in. And I could even, if I wanted to, swing with my Jeskai Student and probably get some damage in off of it. So I think I'm actually going to do that. I'll also have 3 cards in the graveyard off of the Bitter Revelation, which will end up making this cost 7 instead of 10. Let's see. Battle Priest and Forceway, I guess. I go for the real cards instead of the land, which I'll probably draw into later. Seems reasonable. Grab myself a couple of castable cards. Toss the land in the yard. Then I will swing through with the Prowess guy. If he wants to block with the Death Toucher, I am okay with that. This is one of those situations where I am entirely neutral as to what happens. Uh-oh. Now I'm not neutral. Now he's got feet. Okay, well I do have Force Away, so I'll be able to take that counter off later. But he is going to be able to swing through with a 3 and nail me. Yeah. Well, if he's got another trick, then I'm okay with that. I will trade a trick for my Terrible Morph. Dragon Scale Boon. Okay, so now he's got a couple of 3/3s. So it's a shame not one of them has 4 or greater. So what do I do? Well, I've got Mardu Horde Chief, and I'm not going to trigger anyway. So I'll play that and hold up Force Away mana. I suppose it's better to Force Away. Well, the Mardu Hate Blade's pretty bad as a 1/1 without Death Touch, so it might even be better to force that one away, just because it'll come back down as a lesser card. So I'll do that, and then just let him get me for 3. I've got 6 in the yard, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Okay, so I do now have enough for Dead Drop. Except he's got more creatures than I'd like. Well, I can dead drop him, and if he keeps the Salt Road, I can't do much. Which my guess is he would keep the Salt Road. We'll see here. What to do? Yeah, it looks like it's probably better to Battle Priest for now. No, I'm going to dead drop. Because the longer I let him go, the more completely dead things he can play out. There we go. So I've still got a couple in the yard. I don't think I have any other delve spells. Yeah, so this is why, one of the reasons why I did that beforehand, is that it gives him the choice to sack all of the guys that are untapped so I can get a couple of damage through. Now I am at 9, which is not great for me. And this is just outside of smite range, so if I get another game here, it's probably going to be good for me to board that out. Let's see, I can single block here and do okay. That's probably what I should do. I'll get him for 2, and then play both of my creatures, and then try to trade through here. Alright, get the Ancestor out. And hope that he has 4 blank cards in his hand. Now, I've actually drawn more than him, but it doesn't look like I'm doing a whole lot better. Man, the 3s are just killing me here, because that's a serious clock on me. Okay, so the 2/3's not doing a whole lot. I can give guys with counters lifelink, so I can outlast both of these guys. Still not doing a lot for me. And I only have 1 white mana, so I can't play Kieran and outlast that. I guess the best thing to do in this situation is to just use my mana wisely, in the hopes that I will get something awesome. So I'll play the Kieran, I'll outlast this guy, giving him lifelink, which isn't going to do a whole lot. I'm not real thrilled about the idea of him having a flyer that can keep getting me, but I can't do much else about it. So I've got to hold this back so I can try to trade here. If he attacks through the flyer, probably not going to jump quite yet. Okay, well, you know, that could be good or that could be bad. The Smite the Monstrous is going to be able to kill this guy. On the downside, he is going to get these 1/1 flyers out of the deal. So I am, let's see, if I just let all of it through, and drop myself to 1, probably not going to be, oh wait, this is a 5/5 at this point, huh? Yeah, so I've got to let some of it go. So I'm just going to have to double block here, which is unfortunate. But that's the way it's going to have to be. So I'll do that. He will kill both of my guys since he's got Death Touch. Next turn I'll be able to smite this guy. He will be able to take down the spirits, so we should be okay there. I also have Singing Bell Strike, which doesn't do a whole lot when your opponent has that much mana. So I'll attack through here, outlast there again, and smite this guy on his turn. Okay. So this is recoverable. He's got 2 cards in hand. He's only at 14, which is not all of the mana in the world. And whatever he plays, I can at least kind of stall with the Singing Bell Strike. I could also play it on one of my guys if I wanted something to be able to constantly untap. Okay. So, I'll block the Spirit. Okay. And I will smite his guys. So hopefully I was able to eat a spirit for free there, and then the next spirit that he gets won't really matter. Okay. So we are in okay position right now. Long shot squad. Well, the 3-3 long shot squad is not great for me. Well, that might be the best singing bell strike target I get. That Ancestor's not going to do anything for me, other than block. If he just attacks through, I could be in trouble. But I still think that I need to Outlast. Just for the sake of being able to make him Outlast that. Alright, so we'll do it that way. Get the flyer through. Then I'll Outlast this. And now I just really need to Mise off the top. Yeah, because he can Outlast his guys a whole bunch against my guys if we get into just a mana war. So he's got 4, 5, 6, so this can flip up at the moment, so I can't attack with this anymore. So, oh, Pearl Lake Ancient. Okay, well that just got much better. Okay, so that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, perfect. So if I attack with this guy, I think we should be okay. I'll have to leave that back, and then he'll attack with everybody. Block here. Pearl Lake will block this. Then he'll get me for 1, and I should be okay. Okay. So we'll start pushing through with the Disowned Ancestor. Okay. So he will probably untap his guy and start sending people in. He's got a morph. One of the only things that we do have to worry about with the Pearl Lake is that he gets spirit tokens off of dead guys. So I can't just let him Alpha Strike through. Alright, well, it's not going to ambush any of his guys, but that is okay. So now he does, well, at least it gains me life. It's better than a basic. Now I can start going through here, and this can't really go through anymore. So this needs to stay back on defense, but that's okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so he doesn't have enough mana for this to get blocked there. So both of those can actually come over to play. So we'll do it like that. Alright, what's he got? Is it a, no, not a kill shot. 1/5 flyer. Okay. It's not so bad. Although he does now have 3. Okay. Well, at least I get to kill the spirit token, right? Yeah, that appears to be the correct plan. Okay. Okay. So I get to take down the spirit token. As such, he doesn't get any new flyers. And now I do have the Pearl Lake. I'm going to play the Tranquil Cove down, just because I think that gaining that life is a little bit more important than bluffing a spell. He's got 3, 4, 5, which could have killed me dead. Now I know that I can just drop the Pearl Lake back if I need to. Well, I can't do anything about that, so I'll just let that through. So now I've got 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So one of the things that I can do end of turn is tap out my mana, return every 3 things to my hand, one of them being the Tranquil Cove, so I can just keep gaining myself that life. So that life will kind of semi-fog the Sage Eye. Herald of Anafenza, huh? Okay, so he can make a whole bunch of dudes, which will probably be pretty good at blocking this Pearl Lake. Alright. So, I'm going to turn. I'll return some land. Oh no! Oh no! What? Ah! I didn't tap him first. That. Okay, so this is something I would not have done in Paper Magic. Okay, well, that's frustrating, but you just gotta play on. I'm probably dead. Oh man, that's frustrating. Yeah, so if you've never done this before, the way that you do it is that you float the mana, and then you return it to your hand so that you can play it back down. Yeah. Well, that is magic. So he can get me for 2. Okay. He can get me for 5. So I'm not just dead yet. Now if he plays something end of turn, I might be just dead. Okay, so he doesn't tap end of turn. I'd probably start outlasting this guy. Yeah, I'm not sure what it is that I can draw at this point that's really going to save me. There's a particular bird that I'd like to draw that would save me, I think. Especially if he doesn't have more action. Okay, Chief for the scale is not great for me. It's just one more thing to attack. And really, the wider he gets, the more in trouble I am at this point. Now, this is still a 3/7, so if he attacks with the long shot squad, I can kill it, especially since he doesn't have any cards in hand. So that does give him another flyer. What I really need is just a good old-fashioned lightning bolt, but I don't have any kind of reach like that in my deck. Alright, so we'll see if he's going to crash in, probably just with the Sage-Eye Harrier. Yeah. Oh no. Also with the long shot squad? Okay, he has no cards. And so he is just running a gambit of getting a flyer, which I have to accept. It's not reasonable for me to just take 3 to avoid eventually getting hit in the air. Also, there's a vague possibility he thought that it flew as opposed to having reach, but I'm pretty sure that he knows what he's doing here, and he is just getting himself a flyer. Okay, so I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and here's the 7th one. So I do have that and the Pearl Lake Ancient. Also got a kill shot up, if that would be a better idea, which it probably won't. So I just wait to take out the Pearl Lake Ancient here. And hopefully next time I try the Pearl Lake trick, I will not be a moron. Alright, so is he wide enough to deal me 5 damage? His 2 biggest guys are the 2 3s right here. So he can get me for 1, 2, 3, 4. So he can't quite kill me. He can get me to 1, though. And if he does get me to 1, that's going to be very difficult to deal with, especially since I'll probably be killing his guys and giving him spirits. Okay, looks like he's probably holding a little bit back here. So the Pearl Lake will block the Harrier to kill it. Actually, no, it can't because it doesn't fly, so the Harrier's going to hit me. So Disowned will kill here. Well, yeah. Disowned will kill the Chief. Pearl Lake will kill the Disowned Ancestor. He'll get me for 1, drop me to 4, and have 2 more flyers, which puts me on a 2-turn clock. Okay, so he knows what he's doing. So he's not really offering me a good choice on playing this Pearl Lake. And if I use Kill Shot on this, it's just going to replicate itself. So this... No, that can't be right. I can't play the Kill Shot instead of the Pearl Lake, because then it'll come back to bite me later. So I've still got to play the Pearl Lake now. even though it's not really going to be doing a whole lot as far as blocking goes. Because if I kill this, it's just going to replicate. Alright, so those are all my abilities. I'll double block this guy, just in case he's up to any kind of shenanigans. So next turn, let's see, he's getting me for... Yeah, I might have to do the trick where I float with the Pearl Egg, and this time I will float. Just so I can play down this lands to gain myself one more life to give myself another turn. I really need something that's going to wipe out all the flyers, but I can't think of what it's going to be in this deck. So I might just be drawing dead at this point, especially with him getting more and more guys across the board. A Wrath would be excellent. Also something that would reach over the top to kill him would be pretty good. And I draw a Wingmate Rock, so that's not going to do it probably. Well, I have to attack to trigger the rock, so if I've got to attack, I may as well do it with the Disowned. So we'll do it that way. Heal attack. I also don't have I don't have triple white, so I can't use the kill shot on top of the Wingmate Rock. Yeah, with as wide as he is, there's just no actual way to do this correctly. So, this will be the end of this round. So, all that wrap-up stuff I did before, pretend I'm doing it now. Stay around to watch the service afterward, which is much better. I don't misclick even once, you know? Never get into the end of a Sunday and have somebody say, well, you misclicked there, Pastor. And if I do, I'm going to be thrilled that there's somebody nerdy enough in my church to make that joke. So, we'll just play it like this and hope that he does not see it. So I gained one. Yeah, I gained one blocker with that. I could have left it up and left a kill shot to kill something, which could have been, I think, slightly more correct, but I'm dead either way, I think. Because I can block... Let's see. Does he get 3 flyers? Moto's acting kind of funny on me. Yeah, he's got 3 flyers, so just these 3 flyers alone could probably kill me. Okay, so... block a flyer. Oh, instance first. Block a flyer. Block a flyer. And block whatever is biggest. I think this 3/4 is the biggest. Yeah, block there, and I'm still quite dead. So I don't think there's really anything that got me out there. Yeah, well, I get 8 of my 10 Phantom points back, so there you go. Well, I will see you guys on the flip side. Stay and watch the service. Have a good one.